Another top 5 video from me, D-Jam. Today we're going to be exploring the top 5 teams from the Championship for you to manage on FM 18. I'm not going to be picking Norwich. I am a Norwich fan. They are not on my list. Although there are so many good things that are going to be happening in Norwich next year, I think it'd be really biased for me to select them. So there won't be any videos or comments made about Norwich. So without further ado, let's get into my top 5 teams to manage on next year's FM game. And the first team on my list, it pains me to say it, but it's Ipswich Town. Why am I saying Ipswich Town? I don't really know. No, I do. I'm only kidding. Look, 2002 was when they got relegated into this division. They have not left it since. That is simply not good enough. Mick McCarthy has turned them into one of the most boring teams to watch in the entire Football League pyramid, and that has got to stop for Ipswich Town. You've got a lot of young players in here, the likes of Andre Giselle, you've got Monty Patterson, you've got Miles Kenlock, you've got Josh Emmanuel, you've got people like Luke Hyam, Adam Webster. There's some good young players. You've just got to start using them. A stadium capacity of 30,000, although the stadium capacity is nowhere near filled these days, but there's so much potential in this Ipswich team. You've got a really good youth academy, really good youth setup, a good stadium. It's all there. It's all waiting to happen. They're being dragged backwards by Mick McCarthy, but your challenge on FM 18 is to get Ipswich back up to the Premier League and just get the fans back. Just get the fans back at the club. Next up on the list is Burton Albion. Now, can it be second season syndrome for Burton Albion? They just about managed to survive on a good hard work ethic. Will that be enough second time around? I personally think next year they're going to be really struggling. I think with the teams that are coming up from League One, I think Burton are going to get relegated next year. And you know, it's not nice for me to say that, but I think they are. Your task is to keep them up and build on the recent success that the club have had going through the divisions and working their way up. And it's been an absolutely remarkable rise throughout the league. You've just got to continue it, build on this, and who knows, maybe get them up to the Premier League. You've got some good hard working players on there, but start getting some youth players in there and building towards the future. And who knows, the sky could be the limit with Burton. Derby County, one of the most disappointing clubs in the Championship. They've been here for quite a while now, and every time you think they're going to get up to the Premier League, they bottle it. They are known as the Championship bottlers, and it's now time for you to take over and get them back into the Premier League and properly do it. Steve McLaren has been and went twice, has failed twice to get them promoted. Under Gary Rowett, I think they're going to have a real good challenge next year, and I think they will be in the playoffs. However, it's down to you. What are you going to do? What style of play are you going to have? Which of the current team are you going to play? They've got a good youth system, good training facilities, a fantastic stadium, a really good stadium. My first stadium that I ever visited as an away fan. They've got some really good players in there. Obviously, we know about Will Hughes. He's an FM legend on this game. Build a team around him and see what you can accomplish with Derby. You've got a rich owner, funds will be available, go nuts. Next up is Aston Villa, came back to the Championship, and the amount of money they spend, we all were like, they could be a decent threat, and it never materialised. Under Roberto Di Matteo, it just never worked. Steve Bruce tried to steady the ship, but it didn't work either. You cannot just simply chuck money at this division and expect it to work. The challenge is now is that you've got such good players in the team. Can you make them gel? Can you make Aston Villa gel during the pre-season? Who are you going to buy? Who are you going to sell? Because the funds are there, the stadium's there, the history is there. Aston Villa deserve to be in the Premier League. They are a proper Premier League club, and I don't care what people say, they deserve to be back up there. And the Premier League is not the same without Aston Villa. Your task is to get them back up and really make a break and proper push into European places like they should have done in previous years. As I said, everything's set up for you. The challenge is to do it. And the last team on the list is Sunderland. Now, recently relegated Sunderland absolutely embarrassed themselves this year and are going to go through an absolutely major clear out. I think Davy Moyes is still going to be the manager there. So what type of players he brings in, I don't know. But they were always flirting with the Premier League relegation, and it finally happened that they got relegated. So first time around, you've got to get them back up there, and then just stop being one of those teams that's always down there. The stadium capacity and the facilities that they have at this club, they should not be anywhere near the relegation zone. You've got to change the mindset of what is going on at this football club and get them to be a proper Premier League team. It's going to be a hard challenge. You're not going to have Jermaine Defoe in your team, so you've got to try and work out who your new striker is going to be, who's going to support him, and get the defence sorted out. Please, get that defence sorted. It's so leaky. So there are my top 5 teams as to who you could manage from the Championship. There are so many teams in here that you could pick from. Cardiff are going through a regeneration period and have got some really, good players coming through under Neil Warnock. You have got the likes of Leeds, obviously mighty Leeds, biggest club in the world, Leeds. You could have picked them with the type of facilities that they've got and the type of players they've got. That's a potential option. You could have picked Norwich. Forest now shouldn't be anywhere near that relegation zone again, but they've got a difficult season coming up. There's so many teams in the Championship you could have picked, but let me know about what you think of the top 5 that I've selected, and let me know who you are going to manage next year, whether or not any of those challenges would excite you. Personally, I think the Burton Albion challenge would be quite good, because you look at the teams that are coming up this year and the teams that are coming down, and they are, I really do worry for Burton Albion in real life. But if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content. It's the big one tomorrow. 5 teams from the Premier League. Join me for that tomorrow. As always, leave your comments down in the section below, and until we see each other next time, adios.